Hi listener, this is From Ideology to Unity, a spiritual journey where we let go of ego and ideological doctrine in favor of meaning, purpose, and unity as a whole. Today I'm alone, and what I'm going to do here is do another sodacast, another reading from Living the Law of One, 101 The Choice by Carla Rueckhert. So this part is towards the end. Now, obviously, if you want to read this book, perhaps you could not listen to this, or you could listen to this and read the book. It's up to you. But this is essentially what I'm going to read here. It's chapter 12, The Bullet. And it's a summary of the Law of One, essentially. It puts it really concisely, all the basics of what you need to know. I mean, that's what the book does as a whole, but it really does it. It's really summarizes it. So I feel like it's valuable to put on my podcast, this summary of the Law of One. Now, obviously, you can look it up and find it online or buy the books, etc. But I feel like it's a good idea to share it, and people can just have a look, and they can understand better, how the Law of One, understand the Law of One better. So hopefully you find this interesting. It starts with a quote from the being Quo. The meat which is chewed in third density is that meat of choice, light or dark, radiant or magnetic, service to others or service to self. There are two paths, both valid and quite opposite in their energy, both pointed towards an eventual unity, yet choosing two completely different paths towards that inevitable awareness of utter unity. You journey homeward. How shall you journey? That is the question of third density. Shall you journey in the light, seeking ever to become more of service, more loving, more giving, more aware of the love within each moment? Or shall you enjoy the dark path where the self is seen immediately as the creator, and all other selves are seen as those who would worship the creator in you? So, right, now begin. The ambulance races towards the emergency room, sirens wailing and lights flashing. The precious patient weight which it carries is running out of time. An EMS technician ministers to the patient while another calls ahead to the hospital. When the ambulance reaches its destination, hospital personnel rush the patient onto the gurney and into the hospital, and the doctor says, "Give me the bullet." In this report on the basic principles of the Law of One, the Confederation suggests that the patient is the population of planet Earth. Every one of us is running out of time. We are running out of time to make our choice of polarity. We are running out of time to choose our path to harvestability and graduation. When we decide to awaken and become players, we have done the equivalent of climbing into the ambulance. We play all the parts of the scene. We minister to ourselves with self-encouragement. We are the doctor urgently saying, "Give me the bullet." And we are the EMS technicians who give the report. The patient has just awakened to the true situation regarding the harvest of the planet Earth. He has almost no time in which to make the choice of polarity and become harvestable. In a roller's doctor, we marshal the resources that will encourage harvestability. We prescribe the treatment, which is the choice, our critical choice of the journey to the open heart. This book, as a whole, is the bullet of needed actions for those who wish to become players and graduate at the Earth's harvest in 2012. The bullet, short version, goes like this. Now, I'm going to exit my reading temporarily here because you might notice that it mentions that it happens in 2012. It has since been clarified by various channels and people that know about this, that essentially the harvest began, or the awakening, that's just a different phrasing really, and I wouldn't worry about the phrasing. It's just kind of probably something lost in translation. Essentially, the process began in 2012. My impression is that it carries on for a while. However, I have a sense that the key years are between 2012 and the end of this year. However, it's not over by then. And technically, you awaken to the next level within your lifetime, within this lifetime. And there's a lot we don't know about it. Now, I'm aware some people would say, well, that's typical what cults say, you know, they will say the end of the world's coming or whatever, and then it doesn't happen at a certain date, so they just change the story, right? But I understand people would say that. And anyway, I just thought I'd give you that context. This was written before 2012. Maybe the universe changed its mind or something. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. The creation is unitary. Its nature is unconditional love. We are all one. We are all literally created by love. We live in an illusion made of love. We live in an illusion made of light and energy or vibration rather than the solidity we see with our physical eyes. We are players on a game board, playing the game of life. We have complete free will. We can always choose how to respond to the things that come our way. 2. Our Earth's world game board is an illusion which works by polarity. The two poles are service to others and service to self. We become players by making the choice to polarize. The first choice we make, to be service to others, is beginning as positive players. Every succeeding choice increases our polarity. Using a physical analogy, we need to polarize sufficiently to achieve escape velocity. 3. We have minds which belong to our physical bodies. We also have consciousness, which is the environment of our spiritual selves and our energy bodies. We use both our minds and our consciousnesses as players. We sharpen our perceptions so that we make better, more polarized choices every day. 4. As players, we work primarily with our energy bodies. Our goal is to keep their chakras unblocked, letting the creator's infinite energy flow through the system freely. The first energy center, or chakra, is the red ray chakra. As we deal with red ray issues like sexuality and survival, we work to keep our red ray chakras clear. 5. The orange ray chakra deals with relationships with the self and others. As players, we work with our catalyst to keep distractions such as anger and shame from blocking orange ray energy center. The world around us is of the orange ray density. We are stewards of our earth as well as its beloved children. 6. The yellow ray energy center deals with formal relationships such as marriage, children, and the work environment. Players work to keep their yellow ray chakras clear of blockage due to catalyst having to do with these relationships. Often such catalyst has to do with the desire to possess or be possessed. 7. We enter our green ray chakras, our hearts, when we come to know ourselves, accept ourselves, and fall in love with ourselves just as we are. This gives us the eyes of love we need to accept, forgive, and love others. If we can love unconditionally while making choices for the service to others, we will graduate at harvest. 8. Our blue ray chakras concern true communication. Communication is a sacred activity. To keep our blue ray energy centers unblocked, we get real with ourselves and others, telling our truth with honesty and compassion. Listening is a blue ray skill, and we as players strive to hear each other with respect and accuracy. 9. The indigo ray energy center is the home of faith. Players keep this chakra open by refraining from self-doubt. The indigo and blue ray centers are also used by players to access the gateway to intelligent infinity to do lighthouse level work. We keep the whole energy body clear by doing balancing exercises daily. 10. We players doing such types of lighthouse level work such as meditation, prayer, journaling, and increasing our faith, employ the discipline of our personalities. We learn to see all of life as sacred and all of our actions as potentially magical. We develop the ability to set our intention and to create changes in our level of consciousness. 11. Players can use the gateway to intelligent infinity for advanced lighthouse level work such as channeling, healing, and sacred sex. Working with the light so closely, players may experience psychic greetings. We can protect ourselves by closing the circuits in our energy bodies and by asking for help from spirit. Our time grows very short. It is not that we will be annihilated by a planetary catastrophe in 2012. Life will go on as always. We will be harvested only when we naturally die. However, as third density comes to its close, third density light is waning. Fourth density light is growing. And that new light is far too intense for third density people like us to use easily for spiritual work. Yes, we can try to make use of it, to make that choice of service to others and to collect ourselves into our open hearts after 2012. But the amount of truth in fourth density light will make it very hard for us humans, veiled from the vision of our basic perfection, to forgive, forget, and fall in love with ourselves. As that strong light sends its dawning rays into our world, we will find it more and more difficult to believe that we can make the choice of polarity and stick to it. In the next two books of the series, I will elaborate on these ideas. As another excerpt from my reading, it seems that she wasn't able to write those books while she lived. However, that must have been the will of Source, in a sense. Okay. We have until the end of 2012 to make maximum use of the last of 3D and to choose our polarity. It is urgent that we wake up, make our choice for love and become players. The time is now. In writing this report, I have often been reminded of a song by Foreigner, Urgent. The lyrics include these words. I know what I need and I need it fast. There is one thing in common that we both share, and that's a need for each other anytime, anywhere. It gets so urgent, you know it's urgent. I want to tell you the same for me, so urgent. Just you wait and see how urgent our love can be. As I discuss the Confederation message of unconditional love and utter unity with you, I feel a sense of urgency. My heart is brimful with love for you and every soul on earth today. I hope to share this Confederation message as widely as I can. I hope to be a good alarm clock and to have a small part in waking players such as you, reminding you who you are and giving you the resources you need to succeed in graduating. Someone asked me recently what our LL research group does. I was feeling reckless and I replied, we are saving the world. It sounds so melodramatic, yet it's the truth. The message we carry from the Confederation can save this world and bring its souls safe into fourth density's harbor. As the message spreads, the harvest is increasing. LL Research began disseminating this Confederation information over 30 years ago with the publication of Secrets of the UFO in 1976. Looking back, it's exciting to see how far we as a planetary population have come in terms of waking up. The new paradigm is taking hold all over the globe. We are starting to realize how central it is that we genuinely come to love each other. In 1981, when the Ra sessions were taking place, the Ra group estimated that the Earth's harvest in 2012 would be quite small. However, the Confederation's estimate has changed for the better. Quo recently said about the work of LL Research, this group has been consistently offering a voice of love, and it continues to do so at this time. At first, this voice was heard by very few. It would surprise this instrument to know, it would surprise this instrument and the one known as Jim to know how far the voice of love that they have been able to offer through their instruments has carried. It has indeed carried to the ends of the earth. It has done its part in bringing the planetary population of Earth close to a tipping point. I like the idea of being close to a tipping point, that place where the whole of planetary population gets it at once, where we can stand on fourth density shore and call with joy, everybody in, the water's fine. Of course, the message of love and unity is not ours alone. It is the Confederation's message alone. It is not the Confederation's message alone. The voices of love have increased. The message is coming from many sources, old and new. We are thankful to be among them and to be part of making this information available to everyone who will find it helpful. Together, let us breathe into a new paradigm of love and understanding. Together, let us live the law of one. So there you have it. No, sorry for my slight mistakes there. That's interesting. I wonder to what extent things have got better than they were expected to be when she wrote this in 2015. No, was it 2009? 2009 when she wrote it. I do think that despite the darkness that seems to be all around us, that it's actually that dark because the light is being shone on the darkness that was there the whole time. And we are so close to a breakthrough. You may not have any idea how close we are. Now, some people are starting to have an idea. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like this sudden cataclysmic event or this huge one day it all changes. But, you know, there's going to be certain more significant days than others coming. I really feel like, I hope you enjoyed it, because this is it's a good summary of the Law of One. I hope it did it justice to some extent. I mean, honestly, when I read this book, I get a sense of Carla Rueckhert's energy, I suppose, and it's really positive. Well, I'll probably leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.